Hello everyone. This week we are talking about malnutrition and the impact malnutrition has on your mind, body, and spirit. Molly's discussion point had a lot to do with food and what you eat and how that impacts your spiritual and emotional and mental health. And that journey for her has come a long way. We both pay a lot of attention to what we eat. We both eat very healthy, nutritious food, and she was able to use her diet to really improve her health and fine-tune how she was eating and how that could support her life. For me, it makes me think of Maslow and the hierarchy of needs, so the psychological side of malnutrition and health, and the very first layer of Maslow's pyramid of his hierarchy of needs is the nutritional aspect of it. So the very minimum that you need as a human being to survive: clean air, fresh water, nutritious food, and a safe place to live, a safe, comfortable home, or at least a safe home. And when you look at that strong foundation, I like to continue that conversation into those next levels. So if we have that baseline of nutrition and that baseline of drinking a lot of water, getting a little bit of exercise, then it allows us to move into some of those higher layers. And now each one of these layers, so safety in your life, if you feel safe and secure in your home, if you feel like the people in your life are not going to hurt you, if you feel like you're not in danger from the outside world, which is difficult for us sometimes in this day and age, in this 2020 year, where it feels like every 5 minutes we're getting some new, strange, difficult information to process that might make people feel nervous or anxious or afraid. But keeping that baseline of mental health where you understand that you're safe, pausing, breathing, meditating, keeping yourself comfortable, and working on that safety aspect. The next part of it is, the next level on his hierarchy is love and belonging. So building a community, having people in your life that you can communicate your feelings with, that you know you're loved, you love them, and you have that community feeling. The next level of it is esteem. So how are you feeling about yourself on the inside? How is your daily life, your daily practices, your eating habits, your drinking habits, your exercise habits, your communication habits with your friends and family? How much news are you reading, right? So that feeling of anxiety or that feeling of the outside world not being safe. The news is very sensationalized and can bring on a lot of fear for people about things that they don't understand or they maybe don't see out their front door, but they know exists in the world. And how are you feeling on the inside with that? How is your esteem? How full are you feeling? Do you feel loved? Do you feel like you're worthy of love, worthy of support? That is another level of that. And again, we ebb and flow all day long, every day, through these feelings of feeling comfortable, not feeling comfortable, feeling supported, not feeling supported. So it's not as though you take a step and now all of a sudden you have reached this level and you're going to stay there. This hierarchy is an up and down flow. The very top of the pyramid is self-actualization. So the ability to really be so secure in everything in your life, so secure in your location where you live, secure in what you're eating, secure in your routines, secure in your friendships, your marriages, your family relationships, secure in your environment and in who you are. And then in that you can find these places of self-actualization. And it's not somewhere where like, oh, I figured out all of this stuff and now I'm self-actualized. It's a daily practice, a daily process of managing that and looking at your life and maintaining good habits and working on it. So another really important piece of that, emotional health. I just recently listened to a doctor named Guy Winch talking about emotional health, and he presented the idea of our emotional health being taught to us from a young age. So he thought there was a big disparity in what we're taught as a child in a lot of homes, that you're taught to brush your teeth, you're taught to put a Band-Aid on if you have a cut so it doesn't get infected, but we're not all taught how to process our emotional stresses and the damage that happens to us emotionally on a regular basis. He used the analogy of brushing your teeth, that if you could look at your mental health more like brushing your teeth, give enough value to your mental health like you would your physical health, then you're going to have a lot better ability to stay up in those higher emotional states and that higher vibration. So a practice with a friend or a family member or a trusted person or a therapist, where you can really do that daily teeth brushing of your emotional health. Look at little things that have bothered you, figure out why they bothered you, and practice that daily toothbrushing of emotional health. And if we could give enough weight to that, like we do our physical health, a lot of us, then that practice just is one step further to being able to live the best version of yourself, to be the best you can be. We would love to hear your thoughts about malnutrition, mind, body, spirit. How are you living? Where do you feel like you are on that hierarchy of needs? How often are you spending time up in that self-actualized place where you're being the best you? How much time are you just worrying about your basic needs being met? And what can you do on a daily basis to change that, to build that structure, that foundation underneath you so that you're vibrating on a higher level? So we would love to hear your thoughts. We would love to get some comments on this and discuss this really important issue of emotional, spiritual, and physical nourishment to keep all of us healthy and happy. Thank you for showing up today.